communion in the hand remains an indult of the Church. An indult is a permission given, and the permission, the choice lies with the person receiving Jesus, the faithful who come to receive Jesus in the Mass. But strangely enough, it seems that now, especially in facing this coronavirus pandemic, communion in the hand has suddenly become the universal law of the Church. While the universal law of the Church in place since the very first centuries to receive communion directly on the tongue has disappeared. We have to remind ourselves that communion directly on the tongue with the people coming and kneeling in order to show their adoration to Jesus remains the universal law of the Church. Also in time of pandemic, we have always to privilege the mystery, the way the Church has always distributed Holy Communion, also in order to find a way forward in this difficult time. In this my video, my friends, I wish to highlight something in relation to this choice, this problem. It seems that communion in the hand and communion directly on the tongue is a way to show two different visions of Christianity, two theological visions of the Mass. Communion received directly on the tongue, it seems to say to the people, you do it. A faith that you chose, something that you can do by yourself. While communion received as a gift, communion received in adoration directly on the tongue seems to express more that faith that says you can do it but with God. Is it not true that we are facing a big problem in our Church? A kind of dogmatic subjectivism, during which people are very keen on choosing what they want to believe. And at the same time, they understand immediately what they have subjectively to refuse to believe. There is a dogmatic subjectivism, which leads also to a kind of moral relativism. I think that we should go back to the faith of the Church. We can, better to say, we can go back to the faith of the Church if we start from this very small sign by teaching again the people to receive communion directly on the tongue, in order to teach them that the faith is not something you do it. The faith is something that you receive, that you humbly welcome into your life in order to be made anew by the grace of Christ. Finally, why not to begin in a new evangelization from this very small sign, to teach again all the people to receive Jesus directly on the tongue, and possibly while kneeling. It is a fragment in relation to the mystery of the faith, but that fragment in which there is our Lord. We have lost our faith in the fragments, in the real presence of Jesus in each part of the Holy Eucharist, of the Holy Host. We have to teach them again the real presence of Christ, but by beginning with this small sign, but indeed the great mystery of our faith. Let us begin with this. You might say it is irrelevant. Any possible way is safe. Any possible way is fine. I would say, let us begin with this small sign in order to renew our parishes. Let us experience this. And then we say,